Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
Podcast, precious.
We don't care, we're about to swear on the air. It's the after the show, so tune in if you dare. KVJ, get risque every single day. It's uncensored. We can say what we want to say.
All right, here we go. Welcome to your Tuesday KVJ after the Sure broadcast. Got the bird back with us here today. He's working his way back to recovery here.
We got like 80% bird.
Okay.
Yeah, it was not a good radio day for me. Not a good radio week for me.
But you're here. You're a
that's right.
trooper.
Yeah.
Half of it's just showing up.
You're covered in glitter.
Yo, it looks like a mess out there. I get why people sometimes have issues with us. There's so much glitter out there, y'all.
We're a lot.
It's everywhere in the station.
I think it looks pretty.
I do too.
Glitter is pretty frustrating. I remember that one time I went all glittered up for Pride Fest.
Oh, yeah.
I had
you
that in
had
that
it.
car. Yeah, that car never. We got rid of the car with glitter in it. It never left.
You looked amazing.
Denny's glitter bombed me. He put it in when I put the air conditioner in my old truck, the glitter would come out.
Yeah.
To the day that truck was gone, that glitter, you can never get it out. There'll always be a piece of glitter.
Yeah, it will never leave you. It's amazing.
Don't they call it the herpes of the arts and craft world?
It lives on forever. You can try to get rid of it, but you can't.
Yep, that's the way it goes. All right, well, some of the stuff that we talked about on today's show, we got some responses to. One of those things was who to follow and where on social media. Who would you recommend? A couple additions here. Kimberly said, Virginia, check out Rosid Woods on TikTok. Rosid, Rosssid Woods on TikTok. British guy, sparky and very funny, Kimberly says.
All right.
So that might be one for you to enjoy there.
I like a sassy Brit.
Isn't that's the only kind is there, right?
Yeah.
All Brits are sassy.
All Brits got a little bit of piss and vinegar and fish and chips in them.
I'm just kidding, British people.
No, I like it. I like the sassy.
Tyler said Ross Creations, Florida content creator who is hilarious. There you go. Add that into the list. Apparently there's several Florida content creators. We talked about one earlier on the regular show today, too, that everybody was loving. Jessica said Sky Life, Sky Cowan's Health and Wellness is one to follow. And then Connor said Only in Dade. That is a good one.
Yeah,
That
we
is
do
a good
follow
one.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff you're going to see, and it's the craziest crap happening in Miami.
There's this one dude, he takes old clips from wrestling.
Okay.
It'll be a 30-second clip of Stone Cold Steve Austin stuns Vince McMahon and flips him off. How does he get those kind of clips without getting sued, I wonder?
Yeah, I don't know how all that works because I see a ton of that with people using repurposed clips. Now, on TikTok, you can do the stitch and mirroring and all this kind of different stuff, and I guess that's how you get away with repurposing somebody else's trademark content. But I see a lot of people taking, especially a lot of stuff that my son watches on TikTok, it's all sports. But these are people that are taking the NFL game from TV last night.
And they don't play.
And they're using that, right? I'm like, how are they not getting smacked down by the NFL?
Like you were saying, if they mirror it or they have that couple of those quick edits in there, I think it does compromise it. But still, some of those ones, even with that, when they try to do those tricks, they'll sue your dick right off, man.
Oh, my gosh, that sounds painful.
I'm going to sue him, and I'm going to go just for the dick.
Wow.
I want the dick in its entirety.
They know how to get you, huh?
They do.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's crazy. Quinjet said social media content is free use. That doesn't sound believable to me.
If you're making money off of it, it's not. You can't make money on someone else's content like that and not expect to get some. I mean, you can get away with it if they don't flag you, of course.
But a lot of these people, I think ultimately you would want to make some money. If you're getting big numbers, you would hope to monetize that. That seems to be the dream of all youth today, is to make money on social media.
And
So-
there's different definitions for fair use too. There's ways to do it to where because me and Denny's have some videos up where we do have stuff, but we have it under a 3-second clip, so we can't get, and we're not monetizing it as well.
Yeah,
We're doing it all wrong.
Every part of my career.
Yeah. Yeah, so if anybody knows, let us know. Fascinated by it. Engineer Keith, a little follow-up to the Chat GPT, that is the artificial intelligence that people are using to write reports and help themselves through school. He's kind of clarifying some of the limits because he had talked about how he wrote a 22-page technical report using the Chat GPT. And he said, I did have to know enough about it to figure out when the Chat GPT was wrong. So it's not mature enough just to rip it all out by itself.
It will be, though. And we know that's where it's heading, Engineer Keith.
He said it's limited to information that is publicly available. He said, in my experience using it, if you don't know enough about a topic to ask good questions, you won't get sufficient information out of it to be proficient in a job. He said, you can't use ChatGPT to replace necessary knowledge, only to fill in the gaps of an existing knowledge baseline. He said, the thing I think that ChatGPT does demonstrate is that knowledge and learning is evolving over time. Historically, people would measure intelligence based on what one person could memorize, but that's not the case anymore with books and with Google and the information you can get online. I think intelligence is more about being able to find information and manipulate it for your particular goals. And that might be encouraging if that is needed in the future of knowledge, that humans would need to be there to guide these artificial intelligence bots in the right direction to practically apply the information.
Yeah, you do it until you don't have to. And that's when we are, what's the word, Virginia? Fucked.
I was trying to think of what we were.
I'm telling you, you're already seeing, it's an out there concept. And you're not going to see it anytime soon, but it's something that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Robotic rights. I'm telling you, it's going to happen.
Think so, huh?
Yes.
Feelings, you're going to be able to hurt them.
They're going to get so great. We're going to live in a time where robots are going to appear like humans. And let's say Rocco grew up with a robot that grew up with him, but it's a robot. At the end of the day, someone made the robot. But at age 14, Rocco's grown so attached to this robot, but you decide to say, no, fuck it. We're gonna destroy the robot or get rid of it. He's gonna be destroyed about that. But you just look at it because you're old timey. It's just a robot. It's the lines are gonna get blurred to where robots are going to appear as people, and there's gonna be emotion involved, and we're gonna really be fucked.
Couldn't you just always upgrade it though and take the same sensibilities of whatever that robot is and its memory and just put it into a newer technical casing?
Well, I can tell you right now, Rocco's not getting a robot.
I think you can do that, but I think the way how humans are, we're going to make it in our form. We're going to make it to where you're able to pork one. No, it's going to feel so realistic, Kev. But then it's going to have the emotional needs you need as a human. That's going to be so mirroring a real human.
Yeah.
We're not going to know up or down, and it's going to get really fucking weird.
I think you'll probably start seeing them. It'll be interesting to see how they can fill in the gap of a true human. If you had a robot companion, something that would interact with you and be like, hey, what's going on? And have conversations with you, would that fill the need that you would have of a human? Or do you have to have a flesh and blood touch and interaction to... Because they pretty much say that humans have to have some sort of interaction with others.
And what I'm saying is...
It gets to your mental health after a while.
I agree 1,000,000,000% what you're saying. This is just a theory. I think we are going to get to a time where you're not going to be able to tell a difference. It's going to feel like a human. The
touch will feel human.
The touch will feel like a human. Absolutely. Yeah. I think we're going to get to that point in technology where if you don't really want to be with a human anymore, but you kind of want that human experience, I'm going to get a robot instead. And then you can program them the way you want. And is that real?
Well, what'll be fascinating with that is, one, what will it do to marriage rates, which already are dropping as more and more people are staying single. Birth rates are also dropping. So if we increase robot companionship and we reduce marriage and birth rates, what does then eventually happen to the human species?
I don't know. It does fuck with your head. Let's just say all of a sudden you found out Panda was a robot. Does that change for you? And I'm sure I've asked you this before. I feel like I have. And I feel like you give me that same look.
It's a combination of confused and trying to put myself in that scenario. I don't know. I mean,
I think you would be weirded out by that.
I would be super weirded out by
If
that.
all of his
because
emotions were programmed.
if I open there's like a lever that I never saw, and it's like a panel that opens and it's all wires, I'd be like, what the F?
Or that'd like be me meeting someone right now that I just really, really loved and thought was amazing, and then the whole time they were programmed just to have me attracted to them. It's only things that I would like and be attracted to. That's not real?
It catfished you.
It can't, but it's
but it's in person.
It's talking to me like it's real.
It's telling you everything you want to hear.
It's rubbing me.
What if you found out Denny's was a robot?
It would fucking rock me. It would rock me.
Yeah, but then do we stay with Panda and Denny's?
That is the question. And that's why the human rights, the robot rights is going to happen. It's going to be something along those lines where the lines are going to be blurred, dog.
I'm not ready for that world.
I think you're too old.
I'm way too old. Yeah, I'm way too old for a lot of this shit.
Don't you think that would change everything, Kevin?
I think we got a lot of changes coming.
Yeah.
It's going to be very interesting to get used to it. One text we have here, somebody said, it's almost that way right now with technology and gaming especially. And you do see people get sucked into the gaming and the interaction that they get from that. And, you might argue, well, you got a human on the other line you're playing the game with. But I think in the future, you'll be able to have the games talk smack to you and all that just like any other person would, and voices that sound human-like. You wouldn't know if you're actually playing against a human or a game.
Yeah.
Because of what they can do now with the voice artificial intelligence.
Well, imagine you're somebody who struggles with, you're never able to bed anybody. You just struggle with it for whatever reason it is, guy, girl, whatever. Now you're able to meet somebody that gets you and will rub that thing and touch those babies. You know what I'm saying?
And by babies, we mean testicles.
Testicles or titties. We'll take either one of them. It does. It kind of messes with your mind. You meet your dream person, and then they're a robot. Fuck.
Okay.
I don't know.
He's dropping bombs.
He is.
And he's sick.
I know.
Imagine if he was 100%.
I had a lot of time to think this weekend.
Got a text here to try to answer the question about what you can repurpose on social media when it comes to trademarks and copyrighted information. It says this legal article talks about the exceptions to social media content copyright to make it fall under fair use. The content is repurposed or educational, basically. It says when you create a work of expression in a fixed manner, like a photograph, a meme, poem, song, you own the copyright work. Social media is not an exception to copyright. You can still hold the copyright to items you post on networks like Facebook or Instagram, and the reverse is true. So, yeah, it sounds like there are some exceptions for the copyright, and that would be the fair use doctrine. And it does sound like, yeah, if you're using the purpose and character of the usage, has to be a little bit off. The nature of the copyrighted work all changes it, the relation to its length. So you could study it and figure out how to do it, and we maybe should.
Me and Denny's had to do this for a few videos, and we were well versed on it. We just haven't done a video like that. But if you notice, there's one video we have where there's probably 80 clips of movies in it.
Okay.
And we're good because they're all under a certain amount of time.
Okay.
And again, we didn't monetize it. Doing it all wrong.
Not a penny.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. I'll look into that article and get a little bit of a better idea about the do's and do nots of posting stuff. Thank you for all the valuable information.
Yes.
And here's probably something else I could have found out from ChatGPT. I finally got onto it yesterday. Yeah, you just go on there and use your Google account. And so I'm signed in. I haven't had a chance to mess around with it, but I'll start playing with it and see if there's any way we can use it on the show, because it could be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Keith, another Keith, I guess, had sent this in. He said, you're talking about the pepper color of the different bell peppers. And he said, it's based on time on the vine. They stop ripening after they are cut.
So that's
how you get red, green, yellow.
That's not engineer Keith. That's botanist Keith.
I don't know. Yeah,
Botanist? He's a botanist too?
I think this might be a different one. There's engineer Keith, and I think this might be botanist Keith. I think it's a different Keith.
Man, I like plants and flowers now a lot.
That's how you know you're getting old.
I have other things that can let me know about that, but you're right.
Yeah, so that looks like that's what it is. They come in a rainbow of colors that have many health benefits. The variety and amount of time a bell pepper spends on the plant determines its color and ripeness.
Yeah, I've been really delving into the old vegetable and fruit plantings.
You have been?
I haven't been.
Okay.
No, but other stuff I've been planting. I've been a planting fuck face.
I know. I saw that dinosaur garden.
Growing your own weed?
I have people that really want me to try that. Guys, you think I have trouble sleeping now? Every helicopter, every knock on the door, I go, here they are. They got
It's
me.
over.
The feds.
They got me.
I'm going to the big house.
It's over.
For one pot plant.
Exactly.
Just for the be able to say, oh, I grew my own weed.
There's a lot of people that, you got to grow a pot plant out here. I'm like, no.
No, I don't. Because you know what? There's a dispensary 3 blocks from my house.
And exactly.
I don't need no heat.
Grow it in your own place.
It's too easy.
Got an email from Kathy. She said, just some fun hints for Denny's for a baby shower. Ask everyone to bring a pack of diapers any size and ask everyone to bring a book for the baby instead of a gift card. Sign it with their name so that when you read it to your child, you will know who gave it to them.
Oh, that's
I love
cute.
that. That's great.
Mm-hmm. Also, at Aldi, they have great diapers. My daughter buys them there, less expensive than even Costco, better made too. Aldi also has great snacks for kids without all the added chemicals in regular stores. Even their mac and cheese has less additives.
Is that the place you have to bring your own bag?
It's tricky. That's the place that, they'll sell you a bag.
For $1?
For, I think, like 3 cents or 4 cents.
Oh, okay, all
You can
right.
buy bags, but it's the place where you have to bring a quarter to get a shopping cart, and you got to put it in like it's a video game and then release it from the...
So if you don't have a quarter, you're fucked?
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't like that.
You have to like beg somebody to give you their cart in the parking lot and be like, I'll get you next time.
So less preservatives, and I have to bring a quarter? I'm out.
Aldi's tricky. If you don't know how to do Aldi, your first time is going to be a little rough.
People do say the Aldi's frozen pizza is delicious. I've yet to try it.
They've got a significant frozen foods section. A lot of it looks like it's generic, but you will see some name brand stuff mixed in there. And yeah, when it comes to frozen pizza, I'm feeding Rocco, and he'll try anything.
Yeah, kids don't know.
Yeah.
They don't know dick about frozen pizza.
No, he don't care.
You just fool them, huh?
Well, you
Yeah.
can get a cheap pizza, and he loves it. He's not picky yet.
I feel like kids start getting picky about their pizza, their mac and cheese. It's the teenage. They start to get their own, like, this is shit, Mom.
Right.
Yep, I get it.
Okay. So anyway, some great suggestions there from Kathy. Got an email here from Jacqueline. She said, since you've recently been talking about salaries and contracts on the air, how does compensation for a radio show work? Do you all have to sign the same contract for a set amount and then have to decide how to split the money up? Or do you each have individual contracts? Let's say KVJ makes $750K per year. Do you have to agree on how it's split? Do you have individual agents who negotiate the percentages for you? In the past, we'd all kind of had the same agent because we thought that was probably the best way to do it. And then I think we thought maybe that wasn't the best way to do it. But yeah, you're pretty much right on. I think they do have kind of a set amount that the show's going to get. And then, we kind of go in there and I want everybody to feel good about what they get for it. And a big part of any job, I think, is kind of knowing about what your worth is and then trying to get somewhere in that ballpark. You don't want to be ridiculously underpaid. That ain't fun for anybody.
But you also want to be a fuckface and going there, I want $7 million.
You got it. You got
And pennies.
Yeah,
and you work at Subway.
I had seen a lot of that coming up through the ranks. I observed it personally where I saw radio talent that got a great deal and they negotiated for all this stuff. And then as soon as you do, man, you've got to earn it. And a lot of there's probably 3 to 4 different bigger morning people that I saw that got big contracts, and then a year later they cut them because they were like, you really got to deliver. Then it's kind of like the same way you think about Major League Sports. You know, you sign some contracts, and radio, they're not as guaranteed as a lot of these sports contracts are.
Right.
You just don't have the same kind of leverage.
You don't say.
Yeah, so you may have a sports contract where somebody gets in for 5 years and then they just stop performing and the company or the team has to eat that money. Radio's not like that. They'll sign you to a deal and you got to keep earning what they've signed you to. So if your ratings and the value of the money you bring in doesn't match that, then yeah, you all of a sudden have, that crosshair on your forehead. So be careful what you ask for. But yeah, I think for the most part, we've all kind of have a percentage of what percentage of the pie we all get. And so that's pretty much how it works.
Pie.
Yeah. So
Jaybird, you're not allowed to negotiate your own contract because then you would get paid in pie.
Yeah. That's not true. I'm not that dumb.
I'm just kidding.
Let me see here. Got an email. Somebody who wants to remain anonymous says, I just want to say thank you for all the suggestions on how to help my stinky 8-year-old. It worked. My spouse and I made a whole grooming kit. New hair products, deodorant, new special body wash, new special toothbrush, mouthwash, flossers, and nail grooming tools. It went over beautifully, and my kid really enjoys the new process of self-care. Thank you so much for all the suggestions and encouragement. Sometimes it takes a village, and I'm glad the KVJ Nation is my village.
That's awesome.
Yeah, good stuff.
What a win.
Yeah. So they had that question where they had a kid that was not doing the right things as far as hygiene. And it is challenging. I've had that with my own kids sometimes where you're like, hey, you keep grinding them down saying you really need to be brushing your teeth more or this or that, one thing or another. So it sometimes can be tough because you don't want to come down and make them feel bad about themselves.
Does any kid love brushing their teeth? What kid wants to go, yay? Unless you make it into a fun game. What kid I'm sure you'll get an email. I loved it, Jaybird, but majority of kids I'd say don't love to do it.
Exactly.
And then flossing as a kid?
It's a chore, and it's like it's they don't see the long-term benefits that come with age and wisdom.
Yeah. And, honestly, the thing that usually gets kids into hygiene is they start to get interest in somebody and they want to be attractive to them.
Yep.
And that's usually what starts the grooming. How do you know your kid is getting into somebody? They actually all of a sudden care about grooming when they never did before.
That's when my family knew something. I started wearing different outfits. I was trying to impress somebody. Like, what the fuck's up with this guy? He doesn't give a shit about his outfits.
Now look at him. He's wearing fake Ocean Pacific.
I was definitely wearing fake Ocean Pacific back then, too.
Got this email that says, I'm struggling as a dad and I wanted some advice from you guys. I have 2 boys ages 5 and 1 that I love very much, but I'm struggling daily. This is going to sound terrible, but I don't like being a father. My entire day is spent taking care of the baby, picking up from school, bath time, bedtime, etc., and I have work somewhere in between. I don't look forward to the weekends anymore because my entire time is spent taking care of a kid. I feel like such an asshole. How do you guys deal with raising your kids and still feeling like a person? I feel like I'm losing more and more of myself daily.
Y'all, this is directed to y'all.
I think a lot of parents feel like that, and you're not weird and you're not alone. I think you have to try to figure out how you can make parenting more fun for you and the kids. If all you're doing is staying at home and you're not out there doing fun stuff with them, it does get tough. The bath time, the bedtime, the meal prep, the grooming, all that, like that's tedious stuff.
And then you have to go to work on top.
And then you have to work on top of that. You have to figure out how to try to work in more fun activities. And you might want to also try to think about every now and then getting a babysitter and doing your own fun stuff. Is he a single dad all by himself?
It doesn't say in here. He says, I have 2 boys ages 5 and 1. So it might be. He doesn't mention any kind of co-parent in here.
I would love to know, though, and this is not a calm down on him because he's got a lot going on there. Let's say he is a single dad. I wonder how many times he has consciously thought about making an activity not only fun for the kids, but for himself as well. Is he even thinking on that level? And maybe he would. Sometimes you have to, it's a small little adjustment that can make you a little bit happier.
Yeah, I would tell you, you got a couple things going on here. I just haven't been through the game before. You got two boys, ages 5 and 1. I will tell you, when they're super young, still in diapers and that such, it is a different type of parenting that is not as free as when they start to get a little bit older and you can drag them around to stuff. Around the age of probably 2.5 to 3, I think I remember. Cannon, you can lug them around a little bit more. You start to get out of the diapers a bit. And the thing that's awesome about that is you can now hopefully start to find things that your boys like and you do as well. And then you start bonding around those kind of events where the kid is now old enough to actually be aware of what is happening. And, for me and my kids, we've all had different things that we all bonded over individually. But for Cannon, the most recent is, thankfully he likes sports. And so watching football with him on Saturdays or Sundays and then going to games with him became amazing. And the perspective that helped me out was having two kids that were 10 years older than him, because when I went through it the first time with them and you were running that race, man, and it was tough and you're just like, gosh, you realize that at some point they do move out, and it's going to happen with the kids you have now sooner than what you think. And there will be a point where you will think back, be like, man, I wish I could go to with Colin again to go see a Harry Potter movie. I didn't realize how much fun that was and how deep that memory would imprint for me. And there will be a time where you'll want that moment back. Even in the moment you're in right now, you will find things be like, gosh, I wish I could go back and just have the kids in the bath again and be there and they're giggling and having a good time. So you need to really recognize those moments for the gift that they are instead of seeing it as a chore. It's just perspective.
It is, and it's hard because you're so overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Especially if it sounds like maybe you're the only parent. That's tough. I highly recommend a nice visit to Chuck E. Cheese. That's fun because 5 and 1 can both enjoy a little Chuck E. Cheese action.
And it is possible, too, that some people may not just love being a parent. They love their kids, and they would die for their kids, but they don't necessarily love doing it.
Sure.
I think that's possible.
Sure, because it's hard.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you don't get to do anything you want to do, and now everything you do and all your money you earn is going to stuff they want to do. It's a tricky mindset.
Well, I think there's a misconception. Oh, when you have your kids, they're your everything. And I believe that there is, but I think also, too, it's hard work. It's overwhelming, no?
It definitely
Absolutely.
It's not all roses and...
That's why I highly encourage people, as much as you can control what happens in your life, try to be ready to be a parent, want to be a parent before you are a parent.
Heard. It's great advice.
Try to have some money to be a parent.
Yeah, but I mean, I know...
Parenting broke is hard. Hard. It is no fun.
I just have to be careful. I know people get real pissed off when I start talking about marriage and kids, and I don't have... You want to fucking off kids?
And he's covered in glitter.
No advice.
He's a shithead.
Shut up, shithead. You have no kids.
Let me see. Got another email looking for some perspective. It says here, I've been totally screwed when I went to this one strip club. Let me backtrack for a second. I have Asperger's syndrome and kidney disease.
Oh, my.
I actually met you, Kevin, at World of Beer in Wellington a while ago. Absolutely, I remember that. So for me to meet and talk to girls, it can be hard. And I ended up blowing $1,800 for a private lap dance when I thought I was getting more. Not only was I buzzed out of my mind, but I was under the impression more things would happen. I have no idea what to do, and I'm completely lost. Please help me out. I'm considering legal action if funds aren't reversed. Any advice?
Yeah. The strip club's it's a tough one to win.
It's tough because I don't know how up front they have to be legally in establishing things. Bird, you have your famous story where you went in there and 3 or 4 or 5 songs played. You thought it was all just one price, and then she was just having a good time.
She was keeping score and running a bill, and you just thought she was there for fun. And when you say you thought there would be more,
He's talking about blow piece.
I know, but dude, you can't walk into it. It's not a whorehouse.
Yeah.
Don't ever walk into a strip club thinking you're going to get a blow piece.
And it sounds like you're legally trying to pursue something down that road.
Don't.
Like you want to take that to court saying, I should have gotten at least a blow job. I need to sue somebody for this.
No.
Yeah, that still is illegal. You can't exchange money for blowjobs and all that. So
Don't get a lawyer for that.
Yeah.
Don't get all puffed up and upset that you didn't get a blow piece.
Look, and this is you're not gonna want to hear this, but sometimes you go to the strip club and you lose. It's a valuable lesson.
It is.
I would liken it a lot of it to a casino, and I think the same thing where you could walk into a casino and your head's spinning, saying, "Wait a minute, I just lost it. How did I lose $1,000? I don't fully understand this game. No, you got to give me my money back." And they're going to be like, "Fuck off."
Yes.
You know, and I think it's, you know, a lot of the same concepts where I don't think that they have to have every rule written out.
They do not have every rule written out, and it is very much set up to separate you from your money.
Look.
Just know that when you walk in, only spend what you can afford to lose.
Everyone in this room gets the human element side of your email, but I just don't think you got a case here, but you do have a lesson. And I know that's the shittiest thing to
I
hear
know.
right now when
Yeah.
you're mad and emotional about getting fucked over.
Yeah.
But it is a lesson to learn.
Yeah. No,
And honestly, it's kind of an awesome story. Not right now for you. A couple years down the line, I can't believe this fucking story, guys. It's one of those kind of stories. Right? I'm trying to feel better.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
How long were you back there for $1,800?
Man. And he didn't get anything.
He's heard the stories.
that had
He
to-
got a lap dance, and he got a private dance.
No, I mean, he didn't get any kind of...
And Virginia's right.
He didn't get this.
It does happen, though.
I think he
I
was
know.
It does happen.
looking for a
But-
sweet release, and that didn't happen.
It doesn't happen. If they can figure out how to separate from you from your money without having to give you a blow piece, they're gonna do it.
He just wanted that sweet release from that blow piece. That's all he
He
wanted.
did. That's all he's looking for.
Is there anything sweet go on at a strip club?
It is that strip clubs and casinos, man, the two places where they really try to remove you from your money.
And the house
And
always
Disney.
the house always wins.
The
all
house
pretty much the
always
same.
wins. But also, like in the moment when shit goes awry in the strip club, just know you can also negotiate that down. If they came at you and said it's $1,800 and you said, I didn't know it was $1,800, you can negotiate usually for better terms.
You can try, but
try.
I don't think they have to do anything.
They don't have
can-
to.
Yeah.
They don't have to. And the
If they
big,
don't like your look, they're like,
Yeah.
if they don't like your tone,
I don't know. I would
I
say,
negotiated yours.
you have titties, dog.
Yeah.
I'm over here.
there might have been other factors that worked in your favor that night.
Yeah, I would say 99 out of 100 times they're gonna go, fuck off, dude.
Yeah.
He even said it in the email. I was buzzed. They're gonna go, dude,
Right.
don't get buzzed. And I'm not coming down on
You
that.
understand what you're doing here. Yeah.
But just know that when you go into strip clubs and casinos, it's everybody's job in that building to separate you from as much money as they can.
And if you don't go in them often, I've seen it happen to my buddies where they go in there, they start talking, they make you feel like you're the only person on the planet. You always hear that joke. Oh, the strippers. I had a buddy who
The stripper really liked me.
Yeah, he goes,
Yeah.
oh gosh, dude, she really isn't into the same things as I'm into. I go, dude, you're drunk. And she does not really like you, and she's not into the science shit you're talking about.
She's not into Harry Potter.
Yeah, man. I couldn't believe it was happening to somebody I know and trust. I go, dude, snap out of it.
They do. You get it. You get
She's an actress.
starry eyes, man.
The power of the...
Yeah. It's effective, man. It works.
Yeah, so I don't feel so bad.
Don't
is what
feel
I'm
so
saying.
bad.
You're not the only sucker who's gone in and dropped way more money than they should in a strip club and felt like you didn't get what you paid for.
It's a common tale.
Yeah.
Very common.
Yeah, you'll be able to commiserate with a lot of sad dudes who have done that.
But I would probably drop the dream of the lawsuit.
Yeah.
I wouldn't lawyer up on this.
I think
don't think it's gonna go
sometimes
very far.
people just want to just be heard, and now we're giving him some advice. Hopefully, he feels better about that.
Absolutely.
Because you're not alone.
It's happened.
Next time you go, leave your credit card at home, take cash, and only take what you can afford to lose. And bam, you're good.
Yep. Okay.
I feel like we helped. I don't know.
Hey, that's what we're here for. I don't know.
If you can't be trusted with your debit card or credit card, don't take it in a casino or a strip club
Yeah.
because they will try to remove your money from your pocket.
Okay. Well,
It's so easier said than done.
it is.
I know.
Get a couple drinks in you. You want to fucking have some. Yeah, you want your debit card with you.
You want a blow piece too, but that's
Yeah.
not going to happen.
Well, if you feel like you were wrongfully deprived of a blowjob, send us an email. Mail at kvjshow.com.
It's my human right.
Yes.
My birthright,
God.
damn it!
My God-given right for a sweet release.
Aww.
We feel you, buddy.
We
We
do
do,
feel
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Unfortunately, she didn't feel you,
No,
but we
she
do.
did not.
Damn.
And if we could give you a blow piece, we would.
We're giving you a collective low piece right now. Theoretically.
That sounds weird.
Sorry.
All right, send those emails, mail at kvjshow.com. Have an amazing day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems, ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.